Today on the channel, let me talk to you with LA Knight, WWE Mattel Elite Series 108.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel 108 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got that up-and-comer, that young whippersnapper, kinda. We got LA Knight, but for all your LA Knight needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. An old LA Knight, beating around the indies for many, many years. TNA, of course, the NWA, and all points in between. I think he was in NXT for a little bit way back in the day as well, then left and came back. You guys get the whole story, but of course, doing big, big things in the WWE roster in this day and age. Getting ready to take on AJ Styles, of course, at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia this week as I am filming this. So, of course, LA Knight on the upswing in the WWE and a little bit of an older talent. So pretty cool to get a seasoned professional out there getting a chance on the big platform, I guess, of WrestleMania. And we'll see where he goes after WrestleMania as well. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what old LA Knight is up to. Or is it just La Knight? La Knight. But LA Knight looking good here. Of course, this is technically, I guess, his third figure in the Mattel line so far, as we did get a regular basic and a chase basic, and I'm just realizing I never tracked down that chase basic. I never picked that up in my collection, put that to my long to-do list, I guess, one of these days. But we will compare it to the regular one later on, but this is his rookie Elite figure, so that's a pretty cool thing. All things considered. WWE logo, LA Knight a little glamour shot, Elite logo, WWE logo, all the hits being played here on the package. Series 108 on the side, of course, and you got a little glamour shot, Elite logo at the bottom. Certified authentic LA Knight right there, Elite logo once again at the top. Then on the back, got the cross sell down below. We're unboxing every single one of those on the channel this week, so check out the videos. And at the very end, we will unbox the Chelsea Green Chase and rank the entire way from my least favorite to my favorite, so you have to stay tuned for that one there. You got the tail of the tape, got the blurb. Let's see what it says about our old friend, LA Knight. From Los Angeles, California. Oh, beautiful this time of year. I was just there not too long ago. Height 6'1", weight 240 pounds. Finisher, the old BFT. I prefer a BLT, but hold the T. No tomatoes here. Just give me the bacon and lettuce, and I guess a little bit of bread. There you go. Let me talk to you. There's only one megastar who could take WWE to the heights never before reached, with everybody saying LA Knight. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And his career highlights, the $1 Million Champion, of course. Love that feud in NXT. One of the most underrated feuds of the last 5 years, let's call it here, is Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight in NXT. Ted DiBiase, possibly his last big thing in the WWE. He was part of that Angle event for months. It was cool to see new vignettes with Ted DiBiase, kind of like his old school vignettes, where Cameron Grimes was high rolling and Ted DiBiase would just one-up him every time. I love that. Ted DiBiase was involved, managing, doing things. Really the sunset of Ted DiBiase's career, at least as of right now. A lot of fun in that feud if you did miss that. So shout out, recommendation from your old friend Kyle here. See you later. From the table, there it is. Yeah, LA Knight right there, pointing to the sky. He's right up there, and he's got an extra set of hands there, and of course has a microphone. Got to have a microphone with him. And I guess if you have an extra $1 Million title floating around, you could always give him one of those if you wanted to. Gonna pull him out of the package here, the old plastic prison. There it goes, up high. See you later, goodbye. And we're getting down to business here with old LA Knight. And I guess we'll start with this microphone. Oh, it's the WWE microphone here. Got it on 3 different sides. Pretty much standard issue microphone. It feels a little bigger than some of the older ones with this new WWE microphone, the triangle, I guess, cover on there. But it gets the job done all day long. And you got to have LA Knight with, of course, a microphone. We get the exact opposite hands here. You get the finger pointing hand and the gripping hand. Choose which side you want. You want 2 finger pointing hands? You want 2 gripping hands? Hey, choose your own hand adventure at the end of the day, as we do say. But now we're going to get down to our old friend LA Knight here, or like I said earlier, La Knight, as he's known in some circles. Maybe just the circle around this table. Who knows? What do you think, Ace? Oh, Ace doesn't think, but Ace is warming my feet as we do this video. He's laying on my feet. Oh, always good to have company, I guess, at the table here. But let's dive into old LA Knight. To me, I know some people said they didn't like the head sculpt on this one. I believe was the early feedback when these were first shown. I see what they're saying there. It's okay. It still looks like LA Knight to me. He's got a little bit of that 5 o'clock shadow, maybe a 10 o'clock shadow, something like that. He's got the hair going on in brown. Playing the human hits, got 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, so you can't beat that. But it doesn't look quite as good as what I remember the basic looking like, and we'll bring that out and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. He is definitely defiant, and you know how I know that? It says it right there on his vest, so that's how I knew. He's defiant to the end, LA Knight. It's also got LA Knight on the back of the vest as well. Nice red jacket here. He's got the black and red attack going on. LA Knight logo right there in the crotch. You can't miss that, especially if you're looking at his crotch. And then on the back, he's got LA Knight on the back of the tights as well. Of course, you got black elbow pads, or one elbow pad, I should say, and you got the black knee pads as well. Black wrist tape on the left hand. He's got a little painted wrist tape there, of course, on the fingers. And then he's got white over here on the pointer finger. And then he's got some British Knights. Is that what these shoes are? Oh, shout out to British Knights. Some of the finest shoes I've never worn in my life, I am sure. But he just got LA Knight down here on his shoes. Looking good. Not quite British Knights. I just imagine him kind of lighting up when he walks. That seems like something like that. But it does look pretty good for LA Knight. It feels pretty good in the hand as well, the figure. It feels like a good size. Feels like a respectable size for LA Knight here. Of course, articulation, arm's going to go around for us. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows, hands back forth side to side. Do got an ab crunch right there. Ooh, waist very tight. It was stuck, but I got the waist freed up. Big old LA Knight splits if you need them. Legs do go up as well. I got the old thigh cut. Double jointed non-pinless knees right here. Don't like that. Let's play those hits. Let's get those pinless joints going on there. Do got a boot cut. Ankles up and down, back and forth. Always kind of the weakest part of Mattel's articulation to me is, of course, the ankles. And will he fit on a Ringside Collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle, of course, as we do know. Make sure you get a Mattel stand for a Mattel figure. Makes all the sense in the world. But he does fit right there on the stand. Not too shabby. I mean, it really does feel and look like what LA Knight looks like. I know, like I said, some people don't like the head sculpt so much. But all in all, it's his first Elite. We're not done with Elite LA Knight figures. I'm sure we'll see him in pay-per-view series. We'll see him in one-off stuff, maybe a Ringside exclusive one day, and definitely more Elite series in the future. He's a guy that's been on TV a heck of a lot over the last 6 months or so. Got a big match at WrestleMania. We'll see once again what happens after WrestleMania, but who knows? Future Intercontinental U.S. Champion, maybe World Champion. Sky's the limit for LA Knight, I should say. But we do got that basic here. We're going to call it similar but different. Definitely different, but definitely similar at the same time. I know some people do prefer the head sculpt on that one, and I don't know, you know, it feels like there's a little bit more to the Elite one. He does got a little bit of like a Fred Flintstone face, though. Fred Flintstone always had that 5 o'clock shadow. He's kind of got a little bit of that Fred Flintstone, I think, is what we're seeing right there. But we do know the head. I believe this was the first series the heads were easily removable. Or no, that wasn't it. It was the first series where the articulation was there, the extra articulation. But you could easily switch these heads around if you wanted to. That looks a little strange. He looks a little giraffe necky in the basic there, so that doesn't quite work, at least for me. This might work a little bit better, though. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. No, I don't know. It just doesn't work for me either. The skin tones are different, too. I think that's a big issue on the head swap there. You got the different skin tones. That's just not going to work for me either. That's not going to work for me, brother. That's not going to work, but it is what it is, I guess. At the end of the day, you got to choose your own LA Knight adventure. For me, I'm going to keep it stock. I'm going to keep it basic to basic, keep it elite to elite. And hopefully, like usual, Mattel's a pretty good company. I think they get it like most businesses do. Constant learning, constant improvement, see what works, see what goes. If it works, do more of that. If it isn't working, hey, it's time to change something up. So we're going to do some constant learning, constant improvement with our business hat on. And like I said, Mattel, I think, tries to do that to the best of their ability. At least from my experience over the last, 14 years of keeping a close eye on what Mattel's up to there in their wrestling figure lines. But LA Knight, not bad. I do think this will be a fairly popular one with him being his first Elite. A lot of people are going to want to jump in on this one. That's my prediction. And as Paul Heyman says, maybe it's a spoiler. Who knows? You guys tell me in the comments your thoughts on LA Knight. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day. and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon, including early access to all the videos, photography for all the videos, pizza reviews, dog stuff, giveaways, monthly Q&As. It's all over on the Patreon channel, and best of all, you do support all the content this channel does bring. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and Instagram. And you can hit me up over there if you do want a copy of my autograph, or an autographed copy, easy for me to say, of my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Classic Superstars line by yours truly. Almost 700 pages in this book. Definitely a labor of love. So if you want a copy of that, hit me up or head over to Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Pick up your own copy there. So for Elite 108, LA Knight, yeah!